There's something bad in this house. I don't like it.
We got our eyes on you.
We do this till it gets done.
Think of home.
Okay, so we all watched them, the Amazon show that came out a couple weeks ago. So we all watched all 10 episodes.
I did.
Yep.
We all watched them from beginning to end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, what did everybody think about them?
This is what I wanted.
Because he was ready
do.
to talk about it before Lamar even got on.
This is what I wanted to do, especially after the 5th episode aired. This is what I wanted to do. That answered anybody's question. Any questions? Any confusion?
So by the 5th episode, you were like, I can't.
I was, yeah. Like the 5th episode, going back to to me, what Lamar said about Billie Holiday in the United States. That's how I felt about the 5th episode of them.
Which
episode was when they went back to what happened to the mom and the baby,
episode,
right?
Yeah.
Yes, the force feeding. The force feeding. I want you to be mad. They were this mean, and they did. It's like, cut the shit out. I wanted to like the show so bad, but it was making me so mad because it's like you stop forcing people to feel a certain way. We've seen enough black torture. We've seen enough of it.
Yeah.
We've seen a fucking enough of it. So now they're swinging the baby and slamming the baby. What the fuck are you talking about?
The way that they did it, I was like, man, this is like you're trying to make us upset, and this is like you're doing a fucking joke. The way that they filmed it was a fucking joke. Like I was like, okay, I'm really into I was like, I gotta finish it, but I was really this close
to be like, you guys, I can't do it.
No, it wasn't even just that. It was a lot of it. Like there was a lot of things where it's kind of like you don't have to go that far. Mm-hmm. You don't have to fucking go that far. And it seems like they were trying to push it. Oh, look, they were this evil. Relax. You know what I mean? We don't need, you could have just said they killed the baby. Leave it at that. We're gonna show us torturing a fucking baby.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the fuck. Yeah.
I'm not saying this shit probably happened. It did or didn't. We don't need to see it.
Right.
There's enough shit
allude it to
already.
me. Don't
right.
show me.
Yeah. The way that you, like I said, the way that you filmed it showed it. I mean, there's gonna be there are people that are gonna be who are sensitive to horror films or anything scary are gonna find anything scary you throw at them.
Right.
And so they're not gonna get what we're saying. They're gonna be like, oh, so you're saying if that happened to your baby, you wouldn't trip? You know, it's like,
that's
no.
Not, I get what you're saying, Josh. That's not what we're saying. We're not saying, that I don't even know how to explain it because
we're not being insensitive to what happened to the baby. It's the fact that they put it in this show and, like you said, threw it in our face, be mad at the kind of stuff that happens, all of the racism and all of the attacks. And it's like, we know this stuff happens. And my biggest thing about this show was, I am tired of seeing this content all of the time.
That's what I told you.
Not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more supernatural with ghosts and things. Yeah. It was going to be on their side. So when things were happening and things were happening to them by the white people and then the ghost, and then you find out about the curse, I was just like, this is not what I wanted to watch.
It was overkill. It's like you draw a fucking line, especially if you're black and doing this. How could you stomach saying, do this too? Put the baby in this, swing the baby around while she's getting raped and watching it. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
So do you know who created the show, Josh, or one of the co-creators?
Lena Waithe.
I didn't have no desire to see it. I just know that it's trying to cash in on that fucking on us.
Yes.
Get out. I'll say this. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of Us, but I do appreciate them not focusing on racism in that movie. You know what I mean? Like, I think we talked about it to where it's like, this is just, you know, a black family, not dealing with any bullshit, just trying to survive all these things coming after them, these doppelgangers. So I respect what's it called, Us, for doing that. Still not the biggest fan, but I respect it. And now everybody's all like saying, oh, this is the next Us. This reminds me of Us. And I'm all like, it's not.
The trailer gave that feeling, and it's because of how the trailer was. I think the trailer was deceiving. And I didn't even see the whole thing. I just saw parts of it. But from what I saw, I was like, oh, okay, this is coming off of Lovecraft.
Right. It's all the same. All in that same realm.
You're seeing stuff that's like kind of spooky. So you're like, okay, so there's ghosts or supernatural stuff or something going on. Which kind of, yes, but it was more so just because they were cursed. So the things that were coming after them had to do with fighting against what they wanted or what they were or whatever it was. Like the teenage girl wanted so much to not be black. She wanted to be white. So,
and that was the saddest scene to me. Like, out of the whole shit, that was the saddest scene. Like, fuck, like that's
she painted herself white.
Right. But it's like keep it at that level. Okay, I understand they moved to a racist town, but it was just like, my God, it was like overkill. Everything is everything. And then they have demons in the basement that hate them too. And they had to move into that house.
Yeah. The acting from everybody, like here's what I think. There's movies where you watch somebody, you're like, damn, that motherfucker's racist. This ain't acting. He's acting. You watch a show like this, I'm like, he's acting. He's not racist.
Yes. It's like okay, so and going back to the Billie Holiday thing, it's like it seems like they were saying shit to basically say, hey, I'm a racist. Like certain lines, like, hey, I'm a racist. It's like the neighbors didn't even seem like they don't want to do this. They seem like this.
Yeah, they're like, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, there was a couple of the husbands were that way. The gay one, and then the one that was just following the really racist.
Yes, the gay one, he did good. He did a good job of being like, I don't want to do this. The other guy that was pushing him to do it, he seemed like, I don't want to do this, but I have to play the guy who's pushing him to be racist.
Yeah.
I wasn't convinced by two people. The little girl actress is a great fucking actress.
She was good. Yeah.
She's a great actress. Like, I love how she acted. But like I said, it was so direct, and we want you to be mad. Every episode is like, I want you to be mad at this. This is going to happen, and that's not enough. We want you to be very mad. The lady that made this is Lena Waithe. Lena Waithe made fucking the hair movie. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. She did Chicago.
She did.
The Shire. She did hella shit. But this one was just fucking ridiculous. Like this shit was ridiculous. Like I said, I wanted to like it so much. But I ended up like, man, fuck this.
Yeah, I was trying to be like, because for the first episode, I wasn't really feeling it. I was like, oh man, please don't try to force it. Don't try to like do too much. Like, I'll say this: Lovecraft had a better structure when it came to like telling the story. Now I was kind of not too impressed with the ending, but like from like the beginning to the middle, I was kind of like, okay, I want to see where this is going. I like their take on it, but
I was saying this earlier, like, Lovecraft dealt with racism, but it was balanced with the fantasy aspect of it.
It was more of a sci-fi thing. Not more of a, but closer to that. Like, there was supernatural shit going on, goods and bads. With this one, it was like everywhere they turned, something bad. They would force their kids into your daughter, you're dropping your daughter off at this high school. You know, everybody hates your daughter. You don't love your daughter if you're just dropping her off and leaving. I don't give a fuck who you are. Your daughter's attacked by someone in the basement. You still put her in the bed by herself to go to sleep? Who the fuck does that? We got this? What are you talking about? Yeah. You cannot win.
And there was like no point, like when the mom went across the street and slapped the white woman across the face. That was like really the only thing where it was like, okay, something is going to turn, like things are going to be.
Yes.
Like, but it was like, there was never a win for them. They got fucked up throughout the whole movie.
So in the reality, her slapping that woman, she should have went to jail, or it should have been something worse than what happened. She lost it, and then she's trying to plot to get her killed. But when she went outside waving the gun, the police showed up. and put the whole fucking family down holding guns because she waved a gun in the air. But she can physically attack somebody. I'm not. I'm speaking from
yeah.
I
didn't think about that.
From the mind of them back then, anything you do to us. Remember, they were ready to kill the dad because they said she did something to the little boy when he was pissing on the curtain. It was like they were ready to kill, but then this woman gets slapped and it's kind of like just brushed over. That like she goes back home. He knocks the white guy out with a gun in the middle of the street, broad daylight. Nobody sees it, I guess. He goes back home.
Oh yeah,
it happened. You know what I mean? It's like these are the moments back then where you would have got killed for that. You would have got killed for putting your hands and doing anything to anybody that was white.
Yeah. So many things happened in it where it was just like it didn't go anywhere. Like the story. I actually laughed on this part though. The kidnapping where he had the woman in the whatchamacallit, the chamber.
Thing?
Yeah. And then she escaped and was running. And then I cracked up laughing. But I was like, what was the point of that storyline?
What was it for?
Yeah.
What was the point of that? Like, and I really wanted like the white people to get their comeuppance at some point, but nothing happened. I was even like, are the dolls that are hanging outside the house going to come to life and attack?
Come alive.
Nothing.
And then, and then I just don't know, man. Like your picture, Tasha, she showed up. This random fire appears.
Yeah. How and why?
Yeah.
And what?
So, I mean, I like the idea of them dealing with their inner demons of like, you know, what they're going through. But
it's not even that. It's just they're cursed.
Right.
They're
but they're not cursed though. They are not cursed.
Black people are cursed.
No, that house is cursed.
No, because
Did
they even tell about why the house was cursed?
No,
like what?
That man put a curse on Black people as a whole. If they're ever in a situation or a place that they don't belong, they are to be cast out by any means necessary. That's what the curse was. So they were somewhere, they were in a neighborhood that was all white people. They didn't belong there. So that's why all this stuff started happening to them. But
and then the problem I had too, it seemed like the past two women controlled the family. They were cursed enough to where they were above the one woman bleached her husband and her son and killed them. The other lady cooked her sons and was torturing the husband. But with her, the husband was moving on his own and the daughters were moving on their own. It was like why were they being controlled to where the mom runs the house and fucks everything up? But in this one, everybody has their own mind. Yeah, everybody has their own demon in this one.
The when she's in the loony bin, that one episode where it ends where the orderly is like distorting and it turns into the man who did the curse, he said something like why are you fighting me, or something about her being too strong to be taken over. So I think that was why she was too strong-minded and strong-willed for him to take over her body completely to fuck up her family. But there were moments when she had the axe and she came out the little girl in the basement.
Yeah.
So there were moments when he was able to get her, but then she would snap out of it. So
still stupid.
Yeah.
I wasn't I was watching it and I was like, okay, I'm not completely away from this. By the third episode, I was like, I need something to happen outside of the racial stuff. Like I need something to happen because I'm still thinking it's gonna be supernatural. Because in the first episode at the end, the little girl goes to the living room or whatever, and then you see that figure stand up really slowly and then come at her. So I'm like, okay, it's ghosts involved. That's how the first episode ended. And then it was just like, nope, that's not what this is about.
That was the only scene I thought was creepy. I was like, okay, this might be creepy. You know, this might be, you know, because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't really feeling it until that happened. Like, okay, the show's gonna be like, hey, Josh, you know, we're gonna pull you in. We're gonna make you eat your own fucking words.
Yeah. Nope. The end of each episode is gonna be like, oh, okay, I gotta keep going. But
there was no damn cliffhangers. You know, usually a show, like I hate shows that have like nothing happens and at the end there's something happens and it makes you want to see the next one, and then nothing happens in the next episode until the end one. Like, I do not like shows like that. Yeah, this one didn't offer.
It just made me mad because it was like if you keep saying we got this, you don't want to leave, then fucking fight back. That's what's making me mad. Have all your cousins that are partying wherever they are, have them come over. Let's go at it. Remember Lovecraft when she just lost it and everybody went outside, we got guns, we ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything was happening to them, and it was just like, turn the other cheek. We got this. We got this one more fucking time. The shit was making me mad because it was like you're basically doing this for no reason. You're not gonna win. By the way you're going about it, you're not gonna win. There was no end to. They didn't win at the end. They came out. The fire that she said died down. The white people were still there. Like, we don't give a fuck about your fire. We're gonna kill all you guys.
Mm-hmm. And that's how it ends. So it's like, okay, so what? They lynched them because now the fire's gone.
Yeah. This is supposed to be an anthology series, right? Like, I heard it's supposed to be like American Horror Story.
They
already got bought for season 2.
Yeah. I'm not
watching. They're saying season 2 is not going to be this family. Season 2 is going to be another family.
But it's going to be the same kind of story.
Another situation, I think. I have no idea.
Can it be different directors, writers, and a bunch of different crew altogether,
or just not made at all?
Yeah, I root for that. I vote for that. You know.
Yeah.
This shit was a fail. This shit was a super fucking fail.
Super disappointment for sure.
I'll tell you this, to certain people out there, if you don't like the show, it's cool. It doesn't mean you're racist. It means you just don't like a bullshit show.
That's what I try to tell some people. You call me what you want. I don't fucking like it. You can plead your case. I don't fucking like it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to love it.
The thing too with like stories like this where it has like the racism and all that stuff, you see it, you get pissed off, you kind of like hang in there and you're like, okay, they're gonna come around and they're gonna win in the end. So this whole show, I'm just hoping like, okay, when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna go in their favor? And it never happened, which was what made it even worse. Because like, so I just wasted my time watching all of this shit happen to all these Black folks in the show. When they went back to the town where the guy cursed everybody and that pregnant woman and her husband were there, what they did to them at the end was just like, I didn't need to fucking see that.
What was it for?
I didn't need to see that.
What was it for? What was it fucking for?
No.
That's what I'm saying. There was no reason. Everything on the show was to let's just piss off Black people.
Yeah.
That's all they tried to do.
I force stuff, shock value, just trying your hardest to be scary when you're not. Nothing in the show landed. Nothing at all.
Irritating.
Yeah.
Was there anything, like any parts that like I said, when she got shot in the back, that made me laugh? Was there anything that was like that you were like, it was funny, or that part was cool, or maybe you did and just everything else is kind of overshadowed?
There's a part where I wanted to turn it off. That's the only part I remember.
Okay, so when she called the woman and said, "I'm about to slap a bitch," I like chuckled, but I was like, that's not what she would have said back then. That's not what she would have said. And then she slapped the woman, and like I said, you're in the middle of the street, broad fucking daylight. You walked up and slapped this white woman. You slapped her in the face.
Yeah,
your daughter said, "Yeah, we beat ass," and then you went back in the house, and the white woman lost it and called the milkman. I was like, that when she's calling, I'm like, oh, she's calling the cops. It's about to get real. When I watched that without Katrina, so when I watched it with Katrina, she said the same thing, like, oh, she's about to call the cops. No, she called the milkman and went to go see him.
Went to his house, and then she never made it back home. And then what was the point of her house? I thought maybe, because remember she was like ripping the wallpaper off because there was something underneath behind the wallpaper.
That was her being a control freak and losing it. So it was bothering her that this little piece of wallpaper was off the wall. It was just bothering her because she tried to control everything. They didn't explain where the fuck the husband went. They didn't explain what he spent all the money on. They kind of hinted at him being gay, but then they kind of brushed over it too. Yeah. So it was like they left that whole story just wide the fuck open. Because remember, she went to the bank and the dude was like, "All your money's gone." Mm-hmm. They didn't explain what happened to the money. Like it's just gone. He spent it on what we don't know. Mm-hmm. It's like they left all of these loose fucking ends, and it was all pointless. Mm-hmm. I was like, at one point, I was like, shoot the baby when he's holding the guy at gunpoint. And
I said the exact same thing.
Like, shoot the fucking baby.
Shoot the pregnant woman. Shoot her in the stomach.
Well, now you didn't kill anybody, and they've been fucking y'all up.
I was like, kill her, and then when he was looking at the stomach, I was like, fucking shoot her in the stomach. Like, fuck these people.
I was like, shoot the baby.
That is horrible for me to say, but I hate these
people. Though, through the whole movie, they've been fucking everybody up, and they get no revenge. Did anybody kill anybody black kill anybody white in the show?
Mm-mm. Well, he killed the cop.
Oh yeah, he did. He killed the cop and got away with it.
But I was like, I didn't understand that whole storyline either about the cop and the realtor woman. Like, what was their end game? Like, what was their? They were trying to.
They were signing black people up for mortgages they knew they couldn't afford. Therefore, they would go bankrupt and lose the house, and they could sell the house again.
Okay.
So that was their whole game. And then the cops game was to keep them there. Like they wanted black people to move to these neighborhoods. So remember, the white lady was like, the property value is actually going up because all the black people want to move there if they see somebody black move there. So their game was to keep bringing the property value up, and he was getting some kind of money for helping her do it.
Okay. Yeah, because when they got called to the house because she was swinging the gun around, he like calmed the situation down and made the cops made all the people leave and everything. So, but they didn't clear that up enough for me.
He killed the cop and he sat there in his car for another 15 minutes. Nobody came outside. Nobody saw anything. He was just sitting there looking around, and then he kind of just slowly drives off. I was like, so I don't know.
I said this is hard because like I said, I'm watching Ozark and I had to stop and watch this. So I'm already watching a great show and a couple other ones, and then
and then you go to this and you're like,
and I'm all like,
fuck, I have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, for real.
I wanted to like the show so bad, man. I wanted to like it.
I'm really curious. I haven't listened to any reviews from anybody. I'm really curious what other people think of this show, because if anybody likes it, I want to know why. I really thought we were going to come on here and you're going to be like, I enjoyed it. I really thought that's what you're going to say. So I'm shocked that we are all
I told Katrina,
in agreement.
I said, I'm sick of these black people being treated like this in these scenes.
Yeah.
It's like, give me a break. Okay, so now I need a show where black people just come in like, fuck everything. I need a sitcom of a Django type character.
Uh-huh.
I need the reverse. I need this black family to move in. They get fucked with. They call fucking like Devil in a Blue Dress. You call your cousin and they don't give a shit. Come into town, shoot one of them in the middle of the street, and look around like, yeah, I'm here. I need that. I need the angle where we're not being tortured all the fucking time.
I like what's it called, American Horror Story. What's it called? Season 3, where Angela Bassett's character, like they lynched somebody, and she brings these the zombies back, like the people that have been lynched back from the dead, and fucking just kill all these racist motherfuckers. And I was like, that was cool. That's what I wanted. And that was that was a white show. That was a white show. And I
haven't even seen that, but give me some of that. I want that. I just want a little bit of that.
Just go online and look at that part, because that shit was dope. Because she's like, like I said, she has voodoo, and that's the shit I like. I like that show, and they added that. Like I said, the whole show was a white show. They didn't really they touched on racism back in the day, not in modern times, but like where she's from, Angela Bassett's character's from. They touched on that.
Because her lover was killed, and so then she got revenge by taking the daughters of the woman that killed him. That's why I need that. I need that revenge type of thing to make what's happening not okay, but be like, okay, they went through all this, but they fucked people up.
Some kind of justice.
Yeah.
Well, fucking like Tales from the Hood, like the cops beating up the one dude, what's called the one politician, and then him coming back. Like, it's like the monster, like he's not really a monster. Like, he's back from that. He's a zombie. He looks horrific, but he's just getting, they're getting their comeuppance for what they did to him. And they can't kill the zombie that's coming after him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where the so-called monster gets away with it, or, like
it's like you're a monster for a reason.
Yeah, you made me this way.
Yeah.
So to me, it's all like Tales from the Hood. I've like I said, Get Out and Us are cool, but like to me, when it comes to Tales from the Hood, that's still my favorite. It's as far as like black movies and horror films that like collide. That's to me is the best one to this day.
Even better than Candyman.
Well, because Candyman doesn't really get on race that much, like racism that much. What's up?
I was counting them. I didn't say it this time.
I mean, I hope the new Candyman is. I hope the new Candyman. I I hope it doesn't focus on, because even the first movie, like the only thing racist is what fucking happened to him back in the day.
That they don't even show until what, part 2
until
or
the
something?
Second one, which I didn't give a fuck about.
Right.
But in part 1, it's not really, there's not a lot of issues with race. They go to the projects, but that's not the whole film is based on. Compared to like Tales from the Hood, where they deal with, you know, racist cops, the guy from the Ku Klux Klan members, gang violence, you know, abuse. You know what I mean? That's what it's based off of.
Right.
And it's almost the 5th time, if I say that. Like, and that's what I'm worried about the new movie, the sequel to shit, there's a mirror right there too. I'm standing by a mirror.
Don't say it anymore.
But yeah, you know what though? Jordan Peele doesn't Get Out, it tapped on racism. Us didn't tap on racism.
Yeah.
But Get Out's racism wasn't like in your face, piss you off. It was just like, okay, I see what they're doing.
They played off the feelings. They played off the feelings we really feel.
They seem really nice. I mean, I thought racism don't want to do shit with black people, but they were just like, hey, I admire your skills of running.
Okay,
all kinds of different racism.
they kind of used Tasha's angle of from Minari, how they didn't a lot of times people that aren't, or I can't say aren't racist, a lot of times people don't know they're racist will say and do racist shit without knowing it.
Right.
So it's like they were using those things, like when they're like, oh, how do you feel about Obama? They feel like it's okay to ask you shit like that, and they're asking you because you're black. But when you hear, you're like, motherfucker, you only asked me that because I'm black.
Yeah.
It's like they know they're doing that. Right. They don't think it's as bad.
Yeah. Well, I like how the blind guys are like, hey, I just want you because you're good at art. You know, you have a good eye. You know, I can give a fuck if you're black, whatever. You know, as long as you're good at this, that's what I want. And it just so happens you were the person. It's weird, like you were the person that that she chose, not because of his athletic skills, because you know she was looking at all the basketball players that other people would want, but just because I guess he was a good artist, right? That's what he was.
But I think they do that on purpose. I think she had a grocery list of things they were looking for, and that's what she shopped for.
Yeah.
Because she never just got a regular dude, except for Lakeith's character. But I don't know if he was into something else.
I don't know.
But it seemed like
she's a damn player. She is overly confident. You know, she can get any man she wants. You know, she probably sleeps on him sleeps with him the first day. Yeah.
Oh, you do your eyebrows.
I mean, it's not a good thing that she is, because what's happening to these brothers that are
but it's like I said, the genius behind that movie is it's like the funny conversation when they be like, oh, don't go to their house. You going where with them? You about to go camping? I don't go there with them. It's like they played on all of that.
I think it's based on how Jordan Peele feels when he went to his girlfriend's parents in the first
place. He played a part.
Yeah.
But just watching the movie, like I said, everybody has that little real reaction. When it's like when especially if you come from that black tight knit family, and then you go get a white girl, they be like, "Oh, don't go over there." You know they do this over there. Don't go over there.
I wanted to spin off with Rel. He's my favorite character in that movie. To me, he's the best character. They should take out Daniel Kaluuya and put in Rel, and that shit would have been great. All right.
Oh my god.
We'll show Daniel Kaluuya some.
No, he's cool. I got nothing against him. He seems like a cool guy. I would see a movie with Lil Rel in it before I see Daniel Kaluuya in it. You know,
okay, well,
Lil Rel has more energy.
The whole point was, I just wish this show would have took some of that angle to where it seemed like their whole concentration on this show was to make everybody angry. Because there was no winning moment. There was no moment where you were like, yes. When she got slapped, it's like a haha. But now they're gonna come back and kill you. Yeah, it's like
didn't they play some music? Didn't they play some music afterwards? Like
it was like James Brown.
So
the
song choices were interesting. Like the soundtrack, I was like, okay, these songs are cool. But the one that got me was when they took the couple's eyes out and then hung them upside down and set them on fire, and they played "I Only Have Eyes for You."
Yes.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
They probably thought that was like, I got an idea. Edit this and put this music in there and get it.
Oh my god, yeah. But so I don't know. I didn't put them together until that episode, and that was like the second to last episode. So I don't know what songs they played to go with the ending or whatever in the other episodes, but
I feel like I feel like the casting for the show was fantastic. If you had somebody who could write a great show,
Yeah.
because their faces, like that lady with those big ass eyes, there's so much you could have did with her face. That white girl that was hunting the black girl, there was so much you could do with her face. Everybody had a face for whatever you wanted to do in that realm, but they just fucking failed. Like they lost.
Yeah, even the woman across the street, like the stress on her face, like trying to keep it together, but just being like, we have to do something.
Right.
Like, yeah. But
it's like they failed. They had all the tools, but they failed. Trying to be something they're not. They tried to, like you said, they tried to tap into the Jordan Peele thing, and that's what a lot of fucking black directors are doing. And I wish they would fucking stop.
Yeah.
Just do your own thing. You don't have to. They tried to piggyback off Lovecraft. Lovecraft was genius.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing smart about the show. Nothing genius happened in this show. It was kind of like, you guys are our punching bags. For 10 episodes, we're just gonna fucking abuse you guys.
Yeah.
And then when you stand up for yourself, the show's over.
Yeah. Even when it comes out about the curse, and then we get like insight as to why this is happening so bad to them. Granted, even without the curse, I mean,
yes,
that's still what happens.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like use that as a whatchamacallit for this show.
It wasn't realistic. Like you, if you cared enough about your kids, you can't get it from both angles. When you come in the house, that's what a cutoff should be. You can't be in the house still dealing with shit. That part makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it. If with your kids, like how could you tell your kids to go to bed? She was just attacked by a fucking ghost. You see the mark on her neck. You saw the ghost.
Yeah.
And she's still going to bed alone. It doesn't make any sense.
What did Eddie Murphy say? Oh, this is a cool house. Yeah, I got get out. Too bad we can't stay.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like you can't. You cannot do that. It makes no sense.
Yeah. Overall, I didn't need this show. I didn't need it.
No.
Oh, it failed. It failed so miserable. I wanted to like the show so bad.
You know what made me want to watch this show before I even saw like trailers popping up? On Instagram, on the Explore page, I saw an image of a little girl's hair on fire. So I clicked on it, and it was the video of her hot combing the girl's hair, and then it shuts down. So that makes you think something totally different about what a show's going to be about.
Right.
But I was like, this seems interesting. So that's what made me want to check it out. But that was far from what the show was.
I'll tell you the truth. I didn't want to check this out. I did it because all of us wanted to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a bad feeling about it because everybody's like, "Oh, it's like us." I'm like, "No, that don't." So, it. And then I saw the trailer. I was like, "Nah, this ain't." Like I said, I want to be proven wrong. I want to go like how I was with Justice League. I want to be proven wrong. Like, hey, I was in the wrong. This show, movie, whatever is great. I'll eat my own.
You never know.
Yeah, but tell you the truth, right off the bat, I had low expectations. Still didn't make me like. Still was bad. And I'm gonna tell you this: even like say they got revenge at the end, would have been cool, but the whole show still would have been fucking bullshit. It wouldn't be as like fucking irritating because they got the revenge. It still would have been bullshit.
It wouldn't have been enough. No matter what, if you wait to the last episode, it's not enough revenge. I don't give a fuck what they would have done. Mm-hmm. They would have. Even though, like I said, I hated the whole scene with the baby. You're doing this and raping her. The dad was crazy before that. Mm-hmm. Show him going crazy again and going to find these motherfuckers and kill them. Mm-hmm. Show me that. You don't just pack up and move on. Who the fuck does that?
Yeah.
Who does that? Like, it made no fucking... He was crazy from the army. He couldn't eat pie.
Because it was red?
Because it smelled like fucking what did he say? Mustard? What was it?
He said the gas smelled sweet.
Yes. So he couldn't eat pie. But these motherfuckers raped your wife and killed your son. You're not gonna go find them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you found a new job.
You know what I thought they were gonna do with that too? I thought it was gonna be a figment of her imagination, and she's the one that actually killed the baby as like a postpartum type of thing. I thought that's where it was gonna go, because when the two men broke into the house and they had him in the chair and they were talking about something, and he said, some people came into my house and killed my baby. He didn't say anything about them raping his wife.
Right.
So it was like, maybe that's where they're going to go. Like, those people never came to the house. She's the one that actually did it. And so
it would have made more sense.
Yeah. Didn't go that route either. So
no, it's like I try not to like think for these movies and shows, but it's like, man, if I'm having all these better ideas, you got to come up with a better one.
You got millions to think of something better.
Yeah, you got to be creative. It's like we've seen this shit before, and like I said, Rosewood is scary, and there's no supernatural elements in that whatsoever. That's just realistic. Like that, like it's scary because like they didn't slap anybody. They didn't pull a gun out. They just got accused.
But they stood up for themselves. They stood up for themselves. So the problem with this was we've seen these scenes before, but it was like it seemed like they took the scenes we've seen before and was like, how can we make it even more to where they really get mad? Let's do this too. It was like it was so much unnecessary shit in the show.
Yeah, now there read reviews of saying like, you know, who's this show for? You know, it's very degrading. Yeah, it's like you know. No, it was directed or created by a black man, was it, or
black woman?
Black woman?
Yeah. She was in Ready Player One. She was
in Ready Player One. Remember the girl that was driving the truck? I think she was driving, right?
Oh,
she was like his best friend.
She would play a male character in the game, but she was actually a woman.
It's the only black character.
Oh, well,
in Ready Player One.
So there you go.
I'm sorry.
Maybe we should have just said
like there's probably like black characters here and there, but that's the only main one.
Yeah. Her. She did it.
Maybe we should have just said that.
Yeah.
I knew you were talking about when you said that in Ready Player One.
But I was gonna say the only review I heard of the show, and it wasn't even a real review, it was Joe Budden. He said I watched 20 minutes and I turned it off. He said I would never watch this bullshit.
Really?
Yeah.
I admire that guy. That's what I wanted to do. 20 minutes. I really wanted to shut it down.
Joe Budden, you were smart.
Yeah. Because not all of us have superpowers like one of us do to watch a whole movie.
But, okay, so I can do it with certain shit. With this one, I had to see it through. Because I'm like, there's no way you just did every episode like this to where we just keep getting shitted on. Do nothing about it.
It was like, say, the 5th episode, I checked out. At the end, when they did that, it pisses you off, you know, pisses all us off. And the way they did it, I was like I said, this is a fucking joke. You think this is just, it's actually scary? This shit is, you needed some more time to understand what the fuck scary is. Because it needs to come out natural. Like, I hate when people force scary. Like I said, people who are sensitive to horror films, shows, whatever, are going to find this shit scary. You put anything on, oh my God, there's a ghost, it's scary. You'd be like, no, that looks fake as shit. Or I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that's how this show is going to be. It's only for people that are scared about anything. You know what I mean? If they're scared.
Sadly, this show for the most part is for the black people on Facebook that want to be the first to comment. There's going to be a lot of black people on Facebook that love this show without even seeing it. Oh my God, I love this. When this happened, oh my God.
It's supposed to be getting good ratings. Like, it got like a 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb, and I'm all like,
well, if it got renewed for a season 2, somebody likes it.
No, they got paid for 2 seasons already.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So they can't back down now.
Up front.
Yeah.
Unless they refund them.
No, but it's on her name because it's Lena Waithe. It's her name. So anything she's attached, like The Chi is a really good show. That hair shit was terrible.
That's why I look up who does
campy.
Fuck that movie.
Like, you told me not to check out the hair movie. You told me to stay away from it. Yeah. This could have been like a red flag. Like, all right, we need to go in and think this could be a bad movie since she did a bad movie. Yeah.
They just had so many opportunities. This whole show was an opportunity to do something great. Especially because Lovecraft just went off. We don't have the us and all of that. There's none of that right now. This was supposed to be that.
Yeah. I need a balance. I need a balance of movies that deal with this kinds of topics, but also fun and lighthearted stuff. I need a balance of both because Yeah, this is realistic stuff. So it's like, we can't just ignore it. And for the most part, sometimes people do need to be reminded. But I don't want that to be all that there is available, because
it's all just reminders.
Yeah.
Judas is a great movie, but that just came out this year. Like, there's been just so many downer type of movies that's just like, can we please have something?
You know what? I really enjoyed what's it called? Black Klansman.
Yeah.
Because I was like, these motherfuckers are racist. These aren't actors. They said talk and ad lib. Because the way that they acted, oh man. But like at the end, like when he's talking hella shit to that one dude after like, what's his name? Trevor Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
when he tells him he's
shit.
black, he's like, I'm really a black man. And he start going off on him.
Yeah. They did that. They erased the fucking prick officer. Like, and all the fucking people got killed. They didn't get killed in the bomb, or the people that
they killed that lady right there. The bomb blew up on the lady.
Yeah, or like it blew up while they were driving because they were driving by the mailbox or something. Yeah.
Right.
So like that one I really enjoyed. Black Klansman. I know a lot of people. There's some people that didn't really. They said it was okay, but I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was okay. Yeah.
That's the amount of what's it called? That's the amount, like what you're talking about, Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
That's the amount I need in the movie. I think Black Klansman had enough of that.
Yeah.
I think Lovecraft had enough of it. Lovecraft had a balance. Like I said, they were the races there, yes, and then the races were monsters, but then they also fought back. It was like they had points where they had to bow down to him. You know what I mean? Like when he's like, I'm the last one, and everybody leave, and everybody had to get up. It's like, we're racist, but we still got to respect you because of your power. You know what I mean? Like, give me mix that in with it. With this, they were like powerless. He's powerless at work. They're powerless at school. They have no power over anything. And then the revenge does not happen. I wanted him to shoot his boss. You're gonna go. You broke in his house. You drank the whiskey. Then what? You left.
Right. Followed the wife around a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't get it. There was no. The slap in the face was the most revenge they got, and that wasn't shit.
No.
That wasn't shit.
Did I talk to you about like I think I might have talked to Nikki and Kenny about this because I want to go back to Tony Todd's character. Can't say his name for the 5th time. Because you watch that movie, it's not him just being a black car like figure. It's like it's not really just made for him, like for a black man. Like it was made for a character, any type of character.
Right.
It was just cool that Tony Todd was that character. I mean, like the only thing that is his history. Let's say you didn't have that history. Like Tony Todd just did a great performance, and it didn't focus on his race.
Right. It could have been anybody that was big with a really scary voice. It could have been any race.
Yeah. And that's what I'm kind of like with this new movie. That's what I'm worried about. Like I don't want them to pay attention to that because that's not what the original Candyman was about. You can hint at it, but I hope they don't focus on. Yes, Lamar.
Oh yeah, that's 5.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't thinking about it. When we took a break,
so
I was in the reflection. I didn't see myself in the reflection in the mirror.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. From the angle of dealing with race, crazy enough, I trust Jordan Peele with it, because he doesn't slam you over the head with it. Like he'll brush over it, but it's not enough to you like, all right, come on now, move on. It's always like a brush over. Like I said, with us, everybody thinks it's about the black, but there were doppelgangers killing everybody.
Right.
The black family is really the only one that fought back. You know what I mean? It's like it's brushed over, because they happen to be black. So I don't think he's gonna take that angle with. He's gonna stick to the script because it seems like he appreciates those type of movies.
Yeah. But there are
and also he's not the director too. Is the other girl that's the director. He's producing it. So hopefully he just like I said, like it's her name is Mia Costa or something. Or Mia Costa.
She did something else?
Nope. This is her first big movie. That's another thing too. It's like shit. I mean, this ain't really a big blockbuster film. I mean, this is big in the horror genre.
It's a cult classic.
So yeah. So, like I said, like hint at it. I know Jordan Peele, but Jordan Peele doesn't do that. But with us, like I said, I enjoyed it, but I feel like some people that walked out of the theater that time were kind of like, I didn't know how I felt about that. So they had to look it up on their phones. And like, I tell people like, imagine watching the movie when you couldn't pull out your phone and if you didn't understand something, you couldn't see it right then and there.
Figure it out on your own.
You had to figure it out on your own. You had to wait until you got home and type it. But there was no other reviews. What's up?
With us, I don't like the movie. I like the conversation behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do not like the movie at all. I
just
feel
like the middle. The middle part's the only thing I really enjoyed. Like the beginning was like whatever, then it got entertaining, and then it just kind of,
Yeah. So overall, it just wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I would probably watch that before I watch Get Out again, even though Get Out's the better film. I think I had a little bit more fun with.
I'd watch Get Out a couple more times before I watch Us ever again.
Same. Yeah. I can watch Get Out over and over.
I can watch Get Out over and over because, like I said, it's just something that I always. A lot of situations in that movie, I that's my mind in that situation. Like, why are you talking to me like that?
I think it's because I like Lupita Nyong'o as the actor more than the actors in Get Out.
More than Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah.
Just saying, Daniel.
Yeah. We know you don't like or don't care for him.
It's not that he doesn't like him. He doesn't give him.
It's not that I don't like him. He seems like a cool guy in real life. Like I said, I would hang out with him and be like, "Hey, Josh, let's watch Get Out." Well, you're a friend of mine, so we got to watch it. It's kind of like you got to support that friend or your your lady husband, whatever it is. Even though they're not really good at it, you got to be like, "Oh, you're the best one." Just to support him as a friend or a lover. So,
All right, so what do you guys want to close out them with?
Don't fucking watch this show.
Them, you tried and you failed. You tried to capitalize on a fucking audience that came from a great show, Lovecraft Country, and you fucking failed miserably. I don't care who wants to argue. There's gonna be a lot of people to watch this and want to be like, "Nah, you just didn't get it." I didn't get it from your angle. I got it from my angle. I fucking hated it. You're right. I didn't get it from your eyes.
I'm glad you said that. Sometimes it's not about getting it. Sometimes a bad fucking show is a bad show.
Straight up.
And if I didn't get it, I didn't want to get it. It's that they failed at it.
You know what, Josh? I don't like uncooked onions on my food. There's some people that do. I like the onions when they're cooked, but I don't like uncooked onions. So you can argue with me. That doesn't mean I'm going to eat them. I don't fucking like the show. I'm sorry. And I wanted to, if you go back to when I was excited about it, I was juiced about this show. I can't wait. I was promoting it. You thought they paid me to promote this show. But then I watched it and it was bullshit. And I'm going to call bullshit. I don't give a fuck if I was wrong. I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong for promoting this shit. This shit was stupid.
Nobody's going to change my opinion on it, but I am curious what other people thought of this show. So
right, have your opinion, but just know if you try to change my mind, it's not going to work. And I have no. I don't ride the ice. I don't be like, well, I do kind of. No, I didn't fucking like it.
Yeah,
it's life.
And if you do like it, tell me. Like I said, I always think that when somebody's telling me why they like it, I figure they're reading off of something. Like they read something. They're persuaded by it.
It's not
and they're speaking. They're not speaking from the heart. Like, I like this because of that. They're like, well, because it represents this. It's a metaphor for this. I'm like, you're fucking talking like you're reading off a damn.
You know what? And there's probably other people that see this show different than I do. There's probably other people that caught it from a different angle. My point is, like Tasha said, I'm tired of seeing it. It's overkill right now. It seems like everybody, as soon as Jordan Peele got the love for the horror movie thing, everybody wants to do the horror movie. Everybody wants to make the world mad with their horror movie and slide in some shit that'll piss off the urban community. I get that. This one was overkill. It was fucking overkill. There was no that the ending did not come together to make me be like, oh yeah, they're holding hands, they're standing up for themselves. There was no ending to this show. It was kind of like, yeah, we beat that. They beat our ass and we stayed.
My ending was they fought their curse or whatever. The fire went out. Now they're dead.
Yes, because the cops were standing there holding guns. The cops clearly don't give a fuck about their kids. It's like there was. What was the point of this show? There was no victory.
Right.
Yeah. There's no nothing. No. Was there a message? A message?
If there was, honestly, I don't care if somebody gave me the message. Fuck the show. Yeah. I don't care about the message. The message to me was don't do this shit no more.
Yeah. I was about to say, hey, I'd rather talk about like United States versus Billie Holiday. I was like, I'd rather talk about this shit.
I feel the same about that shit. Fuck that shit too.
Yeah, I would rather watch that again.
I'd rather watch neither. I'll never watch Billie Holiday.
Something completely different.
I'll never watch that shit ever again in life. Honestly, I will watch this again before I watch the Billie Holiday one.
No, I would never ever.
I fucking hate it.
I would never like. I understood what they were trying to do in Billie Holiday versus United States.
I understood too.
They made it seem like Strange Fruit was the fuck the police, where they didn't want you to hear like certain songs.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Because it's like
she got arrested, or they tried to arrest her quick when she started singing it. I was like, oh, that's
and it's like something they really need. Like that was the thing. The message was like she needed to sing the song to bring awareness to motherfuckers that weren't.
So is that what this show is doing?
It wasn't her singing that song was an awareness. Her singing that song was a reminder. Nobody likes to be reminded of the bullshit. So I would take her and her great acting job and put her in another movie where she doesn't have to get naked for no fucking reason. I would do shit like that. Fuck that movie altogether. Fuck it. I would just take her out and put her in a different movie and let her shine the way she did.
Mm-hmm.
If she wasn't in this movie would not come out. The shit was terrible. The shit was
I don't think it was terrible. I've heard some like everybody says like there's not really. It's hard to get like a legit story of Billie Holiday. It's always like the same thing. What's up?
I heard the one with my mom told me Lady Sings the Blues.
Lady Sings the Blues.
Diana Ross.
I do want to check that out because I am curious about
to see the other take on it.
If you ask anybody older and black, they'll tell you Lady Sing the Blues. They'll say this movie doesn't even exist.
Okay.
People probably don't even know about it. Like, what is that bullshit?
Yeah.
I'm reading a lot, like when it comes to like Chicago 7 or the movies that are biopics or whatever, trying to read of what's fact and what's fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess going to Chicago 7 when they gagged and bound what's his name? Bobby Seale, was it? I thought that was just for like a shock value or like, oh damn. But I heard that shit actually happened.
Oh no, something like that. Oh, shit. Something like that you can't do for shock value because that's too easy to prove. Like,
you can, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody did that. That's I hate when they do shock value because sometimes they up it for Hollywood.
Well, Billie Holiday versus the People. That whole movie was a shock value movie.
Mm-hmm.
The entire movie. Every scene was to do some kind of shock value. Oh, she was doing this, and she was on drugs, and her husband hit her, and her husband was a comedy. Her husband said, "Let's leave these." Not her husband, the other guy. Let's leave these snow bunnies. Go get into some black shit. Snow bunnies.
Okay, I'll say this. I think this show had better actors. They had better actors than the show them did. Because I did like what's that one dude? What's his name? The one from
Moonlight.
Which I'll say
did not know that was him.
He was I
had to look it up, and I was like, "That's him."
Dumbass. Whereas it's like, I hate drugs. I'm making a difference by arresting somebody that's not even the fucking supplier. Like I said, they didn't give a fuck about the drugs. They were just using it as a way to arrest Billie Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And his friend cracked me up. He's all like. The dude, not his friend, the girl's friend, the guy who's like
the one that was with her when she was doing the interview.
Yeah.
The gay dude.
Which is all hypothetically, what happens if you saw him driving with drugs? He driving with drugs. He's all, no, motherfucker. He said hypothetically. I don't even got a car. I don't drive. Like shit like that had me cracking up.
In real life. He's a funny guy.
Never seen him in anything else.
He was on the what's the show with Candy and them? The Real Wives of He came from that shit.
Oh, the Housewives of something. He came from that. So my that was my issue. Him and the big woman, her other friend, they forced scenes to where you would laugh at things they're saying. Mm-hmm.
I actually laughed. I wasn't really forced. I actually thought
I couldn't laugh because I could read between it. I'm like, I know what you're doing this for. You're trying to create moments. I hate it.
It was let's say Hulu show that I liked or movie original film that I enjoyed. Not the greatest, but I thought it was cool.
The lady friend was from Dolomite.
Yeah.
The one with the eye patch. She was in the Dolomite movie.
They just fail so miserably, man. Like okay, so that song "Strange Fruit," it gives me chills when I hear it. Just hearing it off top. and then knowing what she's singing about, so whenever I hear Kanye sampled it, and I got the same feeling. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's like you're building up to that moment, and that's the only good thing in the movie.
I was wondering, I was like, because when she was singing it, I was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it, because first time I heard that song was in Tales from the Hood when they're beating up the Martin Warehouse, and then later on they let us hear it in class, and it does give you chills.
It's an eerie song.
Yeah, and then hearing her singing it, I was kind of like, I'm not feeling it as much
because she was performing it. Because it was like we've led this whole bullshit movie up to this scene, and now she's going to sing it. This whole stupid ass movie with these fake ass pimps. Fuck that movie, man. Fuck that movie.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It was terrible.
Okay, but I don't think it was that bad.
Okay, so this capitalized what I'm saying about them doing the Ike Turner scenes. Remember when the guy pulled up? She's getting off the bus. She's leaving the dude for some random fucking reason. He gets out the car. He walks up. He kisses her. No fucking reason. He kissed on the mouth. He looked at the dude and said, "Little nigga, I'm watching your ass." It was like, what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? But it was supposed to be that Ike Turner scene. That guy was cussing for no reason through the movie. Every line, it was a cuss word for him because it was supposed to be like the and then he said this. Fuck that movie.
I think Lamar dislikes that movie.
I hate that fucking movie.
Yeah, for some reason he dislikes that movie. Yeah. Just a little bit, yeah.
So,
just a little. Fuck that movie, man.
So to close everything out, what are we doing next? Did Mortal Kombat come out already?
Oh no, it's coming out the 23rd next weekend.
Even better.
I probably won't be watching that until like maybe the weekend after that.
You said what, Lamar?
I said I'm not excited to see that movie. You guys keep bringing it up. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Okay.
Hey.
Well, Josh didn't want to see this, so
I'm going to watch it though.
There's a lot of other movies that you guys are probably excited for that I'm kind of like whatever for. So.
I know. Yeah. I'm going to watch it just because Josh wants to watch it. So it's not like I don't want to watch it, but it's not like on my radar.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're definitely next week. The next thing is going to be recapping the Academy Awards, like talking about who won and just like stuff like that, see whose predictions were right. And then after that, we'll talk about Mortal Kombat. So I kind of want to see it now.
Why?
Because somebody's in it.
Oh, fuck yeah. I forgot to tell you. I should have sold that to you.
Ooh.
I should have told you that this guy's in it. And that was going to be the reason why you watched it.
Yep.
I forgot to say that.
He had an interview on Sway in the Morning and he was talking, he's in it. And I was like, fuck, now I want to watch it.
Who is it?
What is he in? He was in True Blood.
From True Blood.
But he was, what else is he in though? He was, oh my God.
He's in Glory Road. And
he's in Glory Road.
All I know is Glory Road.
He was on The Game. You watched The Game, right?
The TV show?
The TV show?
Yeah, which one? Which guy was he?
He was a big buff bald dude that was dating what's her name after her and
he has that deep ass voice.
Yeah.
Was he on the Tyler Perry movie?
Yes.
Bitch.
Yes, him.
He's a good actor.